Hey guys, Yanni with AMR Servos here, just doing some late night wrenching on my car since we got a club race this weekend. And I just want to do a quick video and discuss servos right now, and specifically servo jitters. And there's a lot of brands out there that have the jitters. And what's happening is it's basically trying to find center, and it's going to do that when you don't have any load on the wheels or the wheels are off the ground. That's typically when it does that. So let's try and mimic that with my servo here. Doesn't want to do it. Let's see if I get it to go do it. There we go. So you see it's jittering right now. As soon as we put load on it, it's completely fine and it's going to work as intended. And a lot of people will assume there's something wrong with the servo and even go so far to say that there's something wrong with the gears or they're worn. And that's normally not the case. And there's a lot of servos that do this. So if your servo does that, put the wheels on the ground and normally the servo will be just fine. Now, we program our servos not to do that. That's a cool thing about having a programmable servo, and we spend so much time on our firmware. That's why if you ever watch some of our test videos of our speed and torque, you'll see that our speed and test and torque results are so consistent, especially the speed. You'll see that we hit 0.08 seconds, 0.08 seconds, 0.081, and normally our tests don't go like 0.08, then 0.09, and then 0.10, then 0.08. And there's a lot of servos that test inconsistently where our servos will hit that 0.08 seconds, multiple times and round the dot. And that has to do with the programming of the servo and our firmware and how much time we spent optimizing our servos. And the best analogy I could use is just like Android phones. There's a ton of Android phones out there that even have the same, CPU and GPU and the same amount of RAM, but some Android phones work better than others, even with the same hardware. And that's because the company has spent so much time optimizing Android for their phone. And that's basically the same case here, where we've optimized our servos to produce consistent speed, consistent torque, and especially in high temperatures. So you'll notice in our test, normally our torque doesn't drop. And actually, we over deliver normally. So if our servo is 40 kilograms, normally our servos will test to 43 kilograms. And again, this is not something to worry about. Right now, I programmed this servo to where it can have the jitters, as you saw. But I'm going to reprogram this back to normal, and you'll see it won't do it anymore. Hey guys, I'm back. So I've reprogrammed the servo back to normal, and the jitters are completely gone. So let's give it a shot. Nothing. And you see that shake. That's not the jitters I'm talking about. It's actually mimicking the wheel bouncing left and right. Watch. See how the wheel is going back and forth due to this spring because I'm letting it go? Well, the servo is going to mimic that. So that's not the jitters I'm talking about. So I want to make that crystal clear. So anyways, I programmed the servo back to normal, and our servos won't have the jitters. And that's the cool thing about having a programmable servo, is you could change some parameters to prevent that from happening. And again, there's a lot of servos that have the jitters out there, and the servo is going to operate as normal. And I have no idea why they don't program the servo to not have the jitters and optimize a servo so it doesn't do that. And I can't speak for those other companies, but rest assured ours don't do that. And the cool thing with ours, it's programmable, so if it ever does, you could always reach out to us, and we could have you reprogram it so it won't jitter. All right. Hope this video was helpful and a little bit educational. You guys have a good day.